I mentioned yesterday that we'd be talking about this briefly today. Donald Trump has been reduced to ranting about the 2020 election in what is now almost the year 2022 to dinner guests who are seemingly just trying to have a nice dinner. And when we ask the question, does Trump really believe this stuff when he says it? Does Trump really believe that he won the 2020 election? Does Trump really believe that there were massive dumps of fake ballots or whatever the case? This video that I'm going to play for you is in the he does believe it sort of category, because I think that if he's ranting at people at a random dinner, it suggests to me that he thinks it's real. But he might just be that much of a narcissist that he feels like he has to keep the lie going at all times. I don't know. Let's take a look at the video and tell me what you think. And also consider just how humiliating it is that 13 months after losing an election pretty badly, this is what a former president is up to. 11 months after leaving office, ranting at a dinner to guests that he actually won. And as a little bonus, at about the 75-second mark, you're going to see one of the guys in the background look at his watch, which is just, I mean, it's bonus points at this point. Take a look.
If you get the same number, which was 63 million as you got last time, you can't lose. If you got 1 million more, it's guaranteed. I got 12 million more. No president has ever gotten anything like it. There's never been anybody that got 12 million more. We got, and it's not me, we got, because it's us, it's not me, it's we. It really is we. And we did so well, and then the thing was all rigged and a disgraceful thing. The mail-in ballots was just horrible. They mailed hundreds of millions of ballots. People are getting 7 ballots, they're getting 6. There was somebody I just met upstairs, so I got 5 ballots sent to me. I just happens to be a Democrat too. I said, what do you do with them? But just to give you something positive, we will bring back this country. We're going to have a great 22. We're never going to forget 2020. We're never, you know the expression, never again. We're never going to let it happen. We're never forgetting it. We're going to watch it because we can't let it ever happen again. And we continue to pursue it, and we will, because so many things, like as an example, Arizona, as an example, Wisconsin, as an example now, Pennsylvania, with subpoenas all over the place, which is positive. In other words, real subpoenas. And these people, you know, these people doing the, whatever you call it, because it was really a protest. The insurrection took place on Election Day, and the rest was a protest. And what they should be investigating is the election, not what took place that day. They should be, because the reason they had the protest is because of the election. It's very simple.
Isn't that truly something? I mean, it's like a broken record, but an embarrassing and pathetic broken record. And I have to tell you, watching that, I realized how much I don't miss having those rants every single day in the corporate media narrative. And thanks to Trump being banned from Twitter, they also aren't on Twitter. But what is the future for this guy? He seems to have completely lost it, humiliated globally, the laughingstock of the world, most of the world glad he's gone, with very few exceptions. Russia's an exception. Russians liked Trump. There were one or two, I think it was it Turkey and Nigeria? I don't remember now. With very few exceptions, the world's citizens are glad that Trump is gone. He's a legend in his own mind, but his devoted followers want him back. We know that. Every poll of Republicans tells us that. And if we're not careful, he could well end up back in office. One last thing that's just kind of funny. I've talked before about these linguistic tells that Trump is lying. One of them is, the most famous one is when Trump recounts a story and says, you know, they came to me, they said, sir. Whatever he says after that, it's a lie. The sir routine, as it's been called, is a signal that Trump is lying. Another signal Trump is lying is when he says something crazy and then says, and it's a shame, and it's a shame. So for example, he'll say, you know, they did these massive dumps of ballots and stole the whole thing, and I really won, and it's a shame that it happened. That's a signal that Trump is lying. A third one is, and we can never let it happen again. And we can never let it happen again. That's another one of these linguistic tells that Trump is not telling the truth. And the fourth one would be Trump is speaking, right? That's like a more catch-all signal that Trump is not telling the truth.
I love growing my own food at home. Many of you have seen my gardening stuff on my Instagram. I get great tips from the audience. And one of our sponsors is Lettuce Grow, which is by far the easiest way to grow your own food at home. The Lettuce Grow farm stand is a hydroponic unit that waters and fertilizes itself. You can grow more than 200 varieties of fruits and veggies at home, indoors or outdoors. I love my Lettuce Grow farm stand. I've grown edible flowers, tomatoes, strawberries, eggplant. It only requires 5 minutes of maintenance a week. I can grow 36 plants at a time. It uses 95% less water than traditional gardening. No packaging, no waste. I didn't even know it was possible to grow food like this in a portable unit, but I love it. And Lettuce Grow is giving you $50 off the farm stand when you go to lettucegrow.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.